Hey everyone, welcome back to Doki Literature Club. This is the final side story we have. It's equals. It looks like it's going to involve everyone based on the picture. You know, I have Natsuki, Sayori, Yori, and Monica. They're all there. I expect to see all of them in the story. Okay, everyone. We're going to be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club and all that. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know. Oh, Sayori and I have come up with a really good plan. Really? For the festival? Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yori collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map and plan the most efficient route so we can get most of them before the lines get too long. Sayori always thinking with her stomach. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. Alright, fine, go ahead. Right, so basically we get all the food we can, then we come back here and we all eat together. That's all. Wow. I got tricked twice by the same joke. Boo. Don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Look, even Yori was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've seen any new interest in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We really get a shot at showing people what the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event. Oh my gosh, yes. I was just joking, but that's really a good idea. Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question is how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything you can get out of Literature Club. Well, that's kind of tough, because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah. That's too embarrassing. Aw, but you'd have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe. But I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's the literature club. We talk about this stuff together, right? And the only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck it up and do it. Oh. You're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's going to start? I'll start. I was the first to join after all. Haha, wouldn't that be me? No, I want to go first. Fine, you can start. I don't mind. Yay! So, gosh, it feels like so long ago. I think I joined the club because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. New tunes, by the way. Even in the last part, we're still getting new things. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself. You know, like if it's just if it's just a poem, then I can share it without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in. It was just Monica. And she was sleeping. Hahaha, don't remind me of that. Oh gosh. Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much. I wanted to see if it helped other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired. Because I remember feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature, and that I could trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the Literature Club was going to be special for a lot of people. Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped me give the club a more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yori joined, but she was so different from us, and Natsuki too. I think, for Yori, it really helped me to take the lead before she was able to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly. I never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten a better understanding of people's different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are just the most important thing to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too. I don't know if I would have continued coming to the club if it weren't for you. Really? I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts to think about my behaviour back then. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. And I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea of the kind of person I would be friends with. So when Sayori tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. Sayori and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club thanks to that, and I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who is easily liked by others, like the two of you can. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behaviour and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time, I should have been thinking about the other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so far different from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always know what we really need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute, I'm gonna throw up. Okay, please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute. Hey, isn't that my line? Oh. Well, for me, it's actually true, so... Well, what are you saying? Nothing. I finished my part, so somebody else take their turn. My heart. Sayori, take some deep breaths. Okay, fine, I'll go. Yori, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show off. I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get it over with. Besides, you left out the most important thing that you get out of this club. I did? Yeah, a regular supply of your favourite cupcakes. Oh no, I forgot that too. I'm a traitor to the Cupcake Queen. Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes next time. No! I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yori can. Hey. Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff. But I guess what it comes down to is that I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. And I think that's because everyone helped me realise that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best, and I was right. I guess for me, it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was just ignore them. It took me a really long time to realise that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings, even when I was being like, the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I was really the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little. We love you, Natsuki. I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me, and I could never do anything in return. That's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what a literature club was supposed to be. Apparently that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a whole lot to me. So there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wipes her eyes. You helped me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. And you helped me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you, and you always deserve that. I agree. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry, I got all dramatic again. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. There's no need to apologise. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times of thinking that my way was the best for everyone. Or thinking that I was needed to solve other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people rather than do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals. I think that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club. Realising what that really means. Okay, so not many people have got literature out of the literature club, but that's fair. Sayori, what are you doing? I just thought that we should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club that are valuable to us. With a piece of chalk in her hand, Sayori writes the word trust on the chalkboard. This is because you showed me that I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side. Suddenly Yori takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. I see where this is going. I owe a lot of gratitude for everyone who took the time to understand me, even though it was so difficult for me to express myself. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk off the wall as well and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realise that there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it. I have another one. Sayori writes balance. Sometimes people want different things out of a friendship, or they need time before they're ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and other people. That reminds me. Yori writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it had been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I had thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people, and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that's the most important one for me. That's great. We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to look at Natsuki. Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that. Jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her a piece of chalk to Natsuki. Then Natsuki sighs and writes, self-love. I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but it feels like things are at least on the right track. So there, that's my contribution. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this club supposed to be about literature? It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. Yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yori gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We don't have one yet, right? Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after. Wait, can I? brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. Everyone get together. I can fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click. I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come, only with 4 members. Yeah. I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done. Me too. I think I would like that as well. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too, but I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desks, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yori give each other a quick glance, then start writing immediately. Sayori stretches and does the same. But Monika is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Just move your hand, Monika mouths to herself. Right the way into your heart. Her mind full of thoughts, memories and inspiration, Monika navigates past the mental barriers and begins to write. It doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. I think we've made a conclusion. I guess that's it for the side stories. It's a short part, this one. I thought this was going to be a bit of a longer episode. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit disappointed in the side stories that didn't really go into Monika in more detail. I kind of wanted to see how Monika ended up like she did in the main story. It did mention at times that she's a bit selfish in the side stories and like a perfectionist. But I wanted to see more into that. But you know what? They were nice enough. And I enjoyed, honestly, the Yori Natsuki story. I think the most out of all of the rest of them. So, this is not going to be the last episode. There's 2 more extra episodes that are going to come where I do the what-if scenarios. Just to remind you, but for me, chronologically, this is the last recording I'll do of Doki Doki Literature Club. The game I've really enjoyed. I think I mentioned this at the end of the series as well, of like the main game. A lot of twists and turns. I can see why it was a cult classic. A lot of surprises, and honestly, I feel kind of fulfilled in the game now. I think everything's come full circle. I generally like understand everything now. I would again, the only thing I mentioned, and I said it before, was Monika's selfishness. I wouldn't have mind going into it more. Also, I wouldn't have minded hearing about Natsuki's home life a bit more, which seemed troubled, but again, never really comes up much. Other than that, I would have liked my decisions to mean a bit more, I guess, in the main game. Sure, it opens up new different like visual settings, but it doesn't really change the story. Like Sayori always dies, Yori always dies. The only difference is like whether or not Natsuki dies, and even then she doesn't like truly die. It's like a delusion almost. It'd be kind of nice if like you could keep Sayori alive to go through it and like keep the story running longer. But I guess by that point, you know, games with split paths. The more and more you split and the longer the game gets, the harder it is to write these stories. You get longer and longer. It's just exponentially longer. Thanks, Team Salvoto. I did enjoy this game. But yeah, wow. Really great game. Glad I picked it up. Glad I checked it out. And that's the picture, I presume, at the end. Achievement unlocked, friendship and literature. That's completing all the side stories. Yep, no more side stories. So that's your lot, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the Doki Doki Literature Club series. As I said, you'll get 2 more episodes of extra like content of the what-if scenarios, which will come out later this week. If you have enjoyed the series, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel, but I do have some things in mind to replace this. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.